Europe is burning under a wave of heat, unlike anything seen before recently. Across the continent, temperature records are being broken one after another. In Spain, roads are warping under the sun. In France, emergency services are overwhelmed as cities struggle to handle conditions that we would likely see at the height of summer, not the beginning of it. Even regions known for mild climates are experiencing temperatures that scientists once considered extremely unlikely. It's a hard time for meteorologists who have to create explanations for this, and they're pointing toward a powerful atmospheric phenomenon known as an omega block. How many of you ever heard of that? Well, it's a massive high-pressure system that has settled over Europe like a lid, trapping hot air beneath it and preventing cooler weather from moving on. Now combine that with unusually warm ocean temperatures and shifting weather patterns across the globe, the result has been a heat wave of crazy intensity. These official explanations raise more questions than they answer. Why are these extreme heat events appearing with increasing frequency? Why does it seem that every year brings another record-breaking heat event? Every year. Not every once in a while, every year. Because when we begin to look beyond the headlines, beyond the daily weather reports, we can all see that something is building here. And we know this is not a Europe problem. It's a global problem. Folks, there is something they're not telling you. Why? Because the truth could change the world forever. So here's the deal. And those of you who have been following this channel for years know that there is something that I have been talking about for years. For those of you who entertain global conspiracy theories, well, this would be the mother of them all, because it is apocalyptic among the forces of nature. Across North America, an enormous dome of heat has settled over much of the continent, stretching from the southern United States deep into Canada. Millions of people have been placed under heat advisories as temperatures rise into dangerous territory. From coast to coast, temperature records are being challenged. Energy grids are being pushed to their limits as millions rely on air conditioning to escape the heat. In some regions, roads are buckling, infrastructure is being strained, and concerns over drought and wildfire risk continue to grow. Now, even though scientists point to a combination of factors like atmospheric blocking patterns, unusually warm ocean temperatures, and larger climate trends that appear to be amplifying heat events across the continent, many researchers acknowledge that some aspects of these extreme weather patterns are still not fully understood. Because this isn't just another hot summer. The same conditions are appearing across multiple continents at the same time. Europe is sweltering. Ocean temperatures are reaching extraordinary levels. Across Asia, large stretches of land have been subjected to prolonged and often dangerous heat. The Middle East, India, Pakistan, China, and Southeast Asia are all experiencing temperatures that have been repeatedly climbing to levels that are pushing both human endurance and infrastructure to their limits. In some locations, thermometers have exceeded 45 degrees Celsius, while ground temperatures in exposed areas have risen even higher. And North America has found itself directly in the path of one of the most widespread heat events in recent memory. The question is, why so many of these extreme events seem to be happening all at once? Because these thunderstorms are getting out of control as well. We are entering into an age of where people are going to start having a fear of incoming weather. Well, folks, let me add to this, because there is another phenomenon that has quietly been attracting attention in the skies above us, and that is this: the increase in reports of fireballs. So I'm going to get right to the point and explain this the best way I can. What if the extreme heat, the strange atmospheric patterns, and the growing number of fireball sightings all share a common origin? According to the binary system hypothesis, our solar system is not an isolated system centered around a single star. Instead, it exists as part of a much larger celestial arrangement involving a distant companion object moving through the outer edges of the solar system. As this object draws nearer, which I believe they have always known about since at least the Second World War, its cosmic influence begins to ripple outward like waves across a pond. You see? The first effects would be felt at the very edge of the solar system, where reservoirs of comets, asteroids, and icy bodies orbit in deep space. A disturbance in those regions would send increasing amounts of debris toward the inner planets, and we would see interstellar objects being knocked off course into our solar system, just like Oumuamua, Borisov, and Three-Eye Atlas, right? The other objects floating around within our solar system would be affected, and from Earth, this would appear as more fireballs, more meteor activity, and more unusual objects entering our atmosphere. Now, as this companion object or mini constellation of objects moves closer, its influence would affect the balance that governs planetary motion, solar activity, and the interactions between Earth's atmosphere and its magnetic environment. The result would not necessarily be a single catastrophic event. Instead, the changes would emerge as a pattern. Okay? Now, if a massive companion object were moving through the outer regions of the solar system, the first place its influence would be felt would not be Earth. It would be the Sun. It would influence the movement of plasma, magnetic fields, and the cycles that drive solar activity. Thus, we would get these strange occurrences where we would see northern lights much further south than where we should. Now, this increased solar activity means more energy entering Earth's atmosphere, more charged particles interacting with Earth's magnetic field. The upper atmosphere becomes more energized. Weather systems become affected because of changes in atmospheric circulation, cloud formation, and the transfer of energy through the climate system. Not to mention all the charged particles entering the Earth at the poles, causing a buildup of pressure inside the Earth, causing more volcanic eruptions and more earthquakes. This would explain why changes appear to be occurring on a planetary scale and not confined to one region. Europe experiences record heat, North America experiences record heat, Asia experiences record heat, ocean temperatures rise, atmospheric patterns become more persistent, and the common denominator is the sun. So we have temperatures rising across multiple continents simultaneously. Heat domes are becoming larger and more active. Omega blocks linger for weeks instead of days. Ocean temperatures climb. Weather systems stall. Long-standing heat records begin to get broken one after another. What appears to be a collection of unrelated events may actually be symptoms of a larger process unfolding throughout the entire solar system. The record-breaking heat across Europe, North America, and Asia, this is one of the signs. The fireballs are another. The unusual atmospheric behavior is another. Governments around the world making decisions and putting things in place that we don't understand is another sign of this. Do you see? The climate change talk, the pandemic, the wars, the UFO talk, all of it, especially the collection and hoarding of wealth, it's all a sign. The binary system hypothesis is the perfect scenario to explain why these governments have been doing what they're doing for many years now. The chemtrails, all of it. Outside an act of God, the binary system is the only thing that could bring all of these happenings together as one large event over time. A change that began in deep space long before humanity ever noticed it. And if that interpretation is correct, then what we are witnessing today may really just be a part of something many people still know nothing about. Because the most important question is not what is happening on Earth. The most important question is what is approaching from beyond it.